guys, welcome to today's Big Brother 17 updates and spoilers. It's the first one of the season. Okay, so our house guest of the day is Allie Jones, and I want to say, hey, baby Shane. Can't believe you're like a year old now. That's amazing. And Allie wants to know, who do I think is going to hook up this season and who's going to fight? Hook up, I could totally see Jace with Liz and or Julia. How weird would that be? We'll get there. But anyway, who's gonna fight? There's a lot of tension between, what's his face, Austin and Jeff. It's like bad blood, Taylor Swift style. So before we dive into this, I just want to say that I went to the Big Brother 17 premiere bash yesterday in Hoboken with all these Big Brother alumni. It was amazing. Long story short, if you guys want to see my video from the party, click here. Yeah. Alright, so the feeds are on. Can you believe it? I can't. It's time to play catch up. This is always a very like, what's going on kind of time, because the feeds don't start until like the 8th day of the season. Like, they're already over a week into this. So we got to figure out like what has happened in this time. You know, relationships are already forming, alliances, all that stuff. But before we get to all that, the house guests were all in the living room when the feeds came on doing shout outs, which is funny because I thought that Big Brother was always like discouraging them to do that. They were like, don't be doing all those shout outs. So I thought it was like kind of funny that they started the feeds for the season like that. I don't blame them. I would want to do shout-outs, whatever. But it became very clear during this shout-out session that Jace is trying to run crap. And everyone's just like... Because he had to, like, be the one to be like, oh, everybody welcome to Big Brother Live feeds, blah, blah, blah. Now we have this person, now this person, now this... Like, shh, sit down! Okay, so let's get to the important information that everybody wants to know. So we already saw on the show that James and Jason are the two HOHs. So now let's talk about their nominees. James nominated Jackie and Steve, and Jason nominated Becky and John. Take a minute to remember who that is. Okay, so they had the Battle of the Block already. I think it was yesterday, and Becky and John won that competition, which means they're safe for the week, and Jason has been dethroned. So on the flip side, Jackie and Steve are still up on the block, and James is the HOH for the rest of the week. Alright, in other news, James had the responsibility of picking the have-nots yesterday, so he had to pick 4. He picked Davon, I'm going to be calling her Dag just because it's easier and everybody else is calling her that, Liz, Austin, and Vanessa. Guess what? The have-not room is terrifying. It's a scary dentist office. They have to sleep on these chairs, like the dentist chairs where you're like, and they even have like the thing on the side where they're like, the little like scary tiny sink where they're like, and they have like this giant x-ray on the wall of these scary teeth. I hope they're at least good teeth. I didn't really take the time to check. Mom says they're good teeth. Okay, so that's cool. I just think it's like weird that they have that have-not room theme with Johnny Mac, the dentist, the rock star dentist in the house. I don't know, but anyway, last night Vanessa was having a rough go of it. She was having a bit of a breakdown. She was saying that she misses her girlfriend and she doesn't know if she's cut out for this game, like maybe she should leave. Pull it together, girl! Oh my god! I'm gonna be so upset if Vanessa is a bust this season because so many people are rooting for her. She's got so much potential to possibly win this game, and I would hate to see her just like suck. So a lot of people are wondering, like, is this strategy? Is this for real? After seeing it, I feel like it was for real. Like, she looked very distraught. We got to see Steve comforting her. It was adorable. He was like, have I told you about my research yet? Or have I told you about my math skills? And then, that's not how he talks. I don't know where that came from. She was crying again later, and Johnny Mac was comforting her. Who couldn't laugh when they hear, "Arr!" Yeah, amazing. Okay, so let's talk alliances. We've got I guess they're a power duo forming. Jason Austin, they like to call themselves Jaston. They are so freaking annoying. Oh my god. Okay. Again, it's kind of a disappointment because I thought Austin was going to be really cool. Turns out, he's not. Not with Jace anyway. I don't know if it's like an influence thing or what, but I don't like these two together at all. They're also really close with Liz / Julia. But anyway, they want to get rid of Jeff, which is fine, but they're being total jerks about it. They were like bashing his appearance last night, saying that he has a dad body, he's got all this weird acne, and they're calling him disgusting. I just think it's like ironic because isn't Austin like all anti-bullying? Like he has this whole anti-bullying platform and everything, so not a good look, Austin. Not a good look. So anyway, there's a plan in place to backdoor Jace. So it seems like people cannot deal with his annoyingness. He's also going around the house trying to make alliances with everybody. And people are just like, he needs to go. He's a threat. He's annoying. Get rid of him. Okay, so pretty much everyone is in on this plan. Of course, nobody told Jason yet. But Jason is still he feels a little bit worried that he could possibly be backdoored this week. And he's kind of freaking out about it a little bit. So he's like, if I get nominated, I'm going to start doing crazy stuff. Please, please, please dress up like Joey from last season if you get nominated. How funny would that be? Oh my god. Okay, so last night Audrey, Clay, and Meg were posting it up in the HOH room for a while. Seems like Audrey was really holding court up there. Everybody was coming up to talk to her. And it seems like she's kind of running things right now, which is awesome. But at the same time, I'm a little worried because it seems like she's playing a little too hard, a little too fast. So I don't want her to pull a Frankie. Like, it's kind of like Frankie last season when he was really running things and people were just telling him everything. But then it caught up with him. He couldn't keep that up forever. So I don't know. It seems like she's just willing to share everything with everyone. So that's not... She's got to work on that. Alright, so let's see. Oh, so there's like this really big group of people that are kind of working together, but maybe it is an alliance, maybe it's not. I'm kind of hoping it's not because it would be a massive alliance. So we have Audrey, Clay, and Meg. James, they're kind of working with Jackie, they're kind of working with Jeff. I'm not really sure where Shelly stands. It's kind of like she's sort of in the group, sort of not. Same thing with Jason and Day. So it's like half the house or more. So I don't think it's an official alliance yet anyway. But there's definitely some mutual targets with them. I don't know. And it seems like Audrey and Clay are very close at this point. I don't know if it's just a strategy thing or if it's like a flirting thing or what, because it seemed like they were flirting a lot. And last night, wherever Audrey was, Clay was not too far behind. Oh! Alright, so we found out that Jackie actually volunteered to go up on the block. Okay, so everyone was promising that they were going to use the power veto on her, which I feel like they were being honest about. I think they were like, you know what, Jackie's not a threat. Like, we're gonna take her off the block. It's fine. We're gonna backdoor a big target instead. But girl, what are you doing? She was just like, I'm gonna feel like such an idiot if I volunteered to go up on the block and then I'm evicted. Yeah, that would be really stupid. So don't do that. Number one, you're from another TV show and you joined the party last. Number two, you walked in with someone you already know, so it just puts a huge target on your back. Frankly, I'm a little surprised that they're not just like, get rid of Jeff or Jackie. Get rid of one. So it looks like she should be okay, though, at this point. So Jeff and Vanessa were chatting last night in the Have Not room. We found out a little bit more about the Big Brother Takeover twist from this week. So remember how Phil Kogan was all like, oh, Vanessa and Day, you might have a special power, like, whatever. So we find out that Vanessa got to give one other house guest immunity for the week, and she ended up picking Austin because she feels like he's a really strong player and there's a good chance that he could win HOH and then he'll like keep her safe for the week, I guess. And then I'm not sure if Day also won this power and if she got to pick someone. That's not really clear yet at this point, but if I find out, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, so, okay, are you ready for some drama? It's not that great, but it's alright. We didn't get to see all of the stuff building up to this because it started a few days ago, but there was some drama a-brewing between Jace and Becky. I guess she's been very short with him, like they're not really getting along, they're not gelling. So Jace confronted her and he was like, Becky, you me every day and it's really getting to me, it's really frustrating. So he's like getting pretty worked up about it, he seems really upset, and Becky's just like, thank you for bringing that up. Like, I am so sorry. Like, she apologizes for it. She says that she didn't realize that he was upset and that she was even doing that. I guess what happened was Vanessa was like upset and trying to relax, and Jace was being all like, bleh! So Becky was like, shh, and he didn't like that. So Becky's like, yeah, I just need to stop managing people. I'm a manager in real life and I need to just like leave my job where it is. So she's very proud of her management job. I'll say that, whatever. So Jace, he's sensing that he could be in trouble this week. So he's trying to plant some seeds with James and he's trying to move that target onto Audrey. So he's telling James, Audrey is a mole. We need to perform a test on her right now. We need to tell her some information, see if she spreads it. You know, if we hear this info again, we'll know that it was her that was spreading it. So James is like, okay, do whatever you want, whatever. So James tells Day and Jason what Jace was saying about Audrey and how he wants to test her, and Day was just like, you know what? If we get that information from Audrey, it's going to show us that we can trust her. So, like, yeah, let him do the test. Who cares? That's good for us. I think it's kind of cool that they're going to, like, turn this around if Jace actually goes through with it. So this morning, people were getting really paranoid because James, the HOH, decided, you know what? I'm going to sleep in the have-not room tonight. Why not? What? What are you doing? Okay, so they're worried that something's up and he's not going to end up backdooring Jace, so they're all just like, what's going on? Like, what's the deal? So Audrey is talking to James. She's got to be involved in everything. Like, she is very hungry for information and she just needs to chill a little bit. So she's asking James, like, what's up with that? What's the deal? And James is just like, I'm a grown-ass man. I do what I want. So he also says he's the king of the castle this week, and if he wants to sleep in the have-not room, he's gonna freaking do it. That aside, he's still down with the backdoor plan. It's happening. It's fine. Like, chill. So everyone was just like, okay. Thank you for clearing that up. So they had the Power Veto competition today, and the players, we have James the HOH, the 2 nominees, Jackie and Steve, and 3 extra players, Jason, Becky, and John. And it was the classic spelling competition. They've been doing this for the first POV for a while now, for like a few seasons. So I'm kind of surprised that they did it again. I thought they were going to change it up. At least put it like later in the game, but whatevs. So the winner of this competition was Steve. He pulled it out. And I believe his word was trombonist. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. So the Power Veto ceremony should be like Sunday or Monday. It's kind of hard to tell because the first week is always a little weird with the calendar. I'm going to assume that Steve is going to use the Power Veto on himself. And I think the plan is still to backdoor Jace, but you never know what could happen. The feeds were pretty wild today, right after the Power Veto competition. I'm going to save that for tomorrow so we can see how things really, like, pan out. But let me know what you guys think of everything that's going on so far in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.